hold on for me, okay? Just be patient with me. Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure that I'm live in all the channels and you see my hair offline too. So, just give me 1 second. Um, I'm not ignoring you. I see you guys there. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm live, so I can see myself live. Let me just lower the volume of my phone. Make sure that nobody's going to interrupt us. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Hello, everyone. So I know it's working because I can see myself on what I'm using to stream. I see myself also on YouTube and on my phone. So I think I'm doing okay. So I am not ignoring you when I was looking at. I was just making sure that you guys can see me. So hello everyone and welcome. My name is Nathalie DeSousa. In case you don't know who I am, I'm part of the design team for HipKit, and I am going to be your host for the next little bit. And I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm coming to you from Toronto, Canada. I know this might not be the greatest time for all of you. It's just past lunchtime for us. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. But thank you if you're watching live. Thank you for joining us. And if you are watching, on replay, also thank you for joining me because I know that, life, especially at this time of the year, is really busy. Um, with that being said, I know that many of you are prepping for Christmas. Many of you are ready to celebrate the holidays. Some of you might not celebrate it. You just want a break. It's all welcome. Um, Today, we're going to be working with the November kits. I have quite a bit of work ahead. I'm going to be working on my December daily from, I think it's 2 years ago. I still haven't finished it. My goal for the break, if I get some of it, it's going to be to finish my last year. And I usually print all the pictures for this year, and have it ready. So along the year, whenever, I get a chance, even though my album is very Christmassy, sometimes I don't use Christmas stuff in my album. I just like because it's everyday stuff. So, but today we're gonna go very into the holidays. I am going to give you some ideas on how to use some of the product. I borrowed some ideas from some of the live session that Kimberly did creating the plot. So borrow some of those ideas for my project today too. And I am gonna show you how I'm going to tie two stories from two different days together with the kit. So it is quite a bit of work. So I'm going to just give it a few more minutes so you guys can see me and let me know, where you're watching from. Um, it is quite a bit. I know that it's such a busy time. We just had well, December for us is really busy. My birthday was just on Monday, so that means that, and my kids work both full time. My son had the day off, so I spent the day with my son. My daughter the day before, we went for breakfast we went for dinner. But it's difficult. It's different when your kids are older and I have adult children. So, we get to do things separately. We got together for dinner, but then again, if you, hopefully you guys can see me because I have this horrendous cold sore that I had to all my birthday pictures are gonna have not the greatest because I had right now it's healed, but on Monday, oh my God, I look like somebody had punched me in the mouth, and I woke up and I told my husband, oh my God, I think something, and because I woke up with my a bleeding lip, and it was because it's like a terrible cold sore, and I know TMI, but I'm just telling you in case you're gonna see me what happened to your mouth. Like right now it's scabbed and it's red, but on Monday for my birthday, it wasn't the greatest. But even like that, we had fun. So I understand how busy the holidays are. And both my kids happen to be December babies and they both happen to be Christmas babies. So my daughter was born on December 23rd and my son was born on December 27th, 2 years apart. So yes, God was God just loved us and, gave us kids right on time for Christmas. So we start celebrating, well, my birthday. No big deal, But my kids is like the 23rd. I'm Latin American. I'm from Ecuador, so we celebrate on the 24th, not the 25th. My husband is Portuguese, but the 25th is the day that we have off, so we stay home. The 26th is Boxing Day here in Canada. We go visit my sister, even though she comes here for the 24th. The 27th is my son's birthday, so it's pretty much an entire week, and then we end up the festivities at my father-in-law's house on the 31st for dinner. So literally we eat a lot. We gain a lot of weight too. but we have fun. So it's really busy. So that's when I say, like, it's not that I don't like to keep, like, I do like to keep a daily album, but I usually don't do it on the day because it's just so much. Like, it's a lot. So I keep my pictures, I print them, I put them in an album. I'm gonna show you. I think I already started working, like, on the previous live. I did some work. I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna continue working on my album because this is a great way to finish it. Like, to show you what I'm working on, to show you some ideas for your albums, and at the same time, I get to work on them. Otherwise, it's not that I'm not gonna do it on my own. It's just that, like I said, my life in December, it's really busy. So I see some of you here. Hello. I'm gonna flip the camera and we're gonna get started on this. And it takes one button for me. So there we go. So I have my kits on the table already, and I'm gonna set it to the side because there's a lot of little pieces that we are going to put together. I've already started on it because it's gonna be quite a bit. Like I said, we are going to work on putting 2 days together using like a single idea. And I love the kit. I just think, you're gonna see me bring out some wipes because I was working with the stamp for the houses. And I also was working with embossing powder. And I happened to pull down something that had a lot of shine, so glitter, and I just see it on my table. And I don't know about you guys, I'm gonna show you once I lift it up. See all the glitter that's on my. And I already had clean, but obviously I just pushed it to the side. So I'm just going to like give it a little wipe because otherwise, I'm gonna find it everywhere. I find it on my clothes. I find it on the dog's fur, everywhere. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a cleanup so I don't, find it everywhere later on. So here we go. Just wipe this table quickly. I think I have everything that I'm gonna need. I have it handy. So let me just dry it up before I put my album here. So like I said, we're gonna be working with the November kit. And I have it all here. I have all the papers. You're gonna see that I've cut up some stuff ahead of time. I have all my papers. I have all my embellishments here. So I have all my embellishments. I have, the Project Life kit. I have all my mixed media kit over the side here too. And I'm gonna show you my album. Because, this is the question. This is the 2022. So just so you have an idea of how, now that I'm behind, you're never behind. And I usually take the pictures, keep the notes, and then we go at it after just filling up the space. So usually what I do is I take the pictures, like I said, the days, put them here, and then it's easy for me to go back. So the way that I do it every year, and you might do it differently, it's completely up to you. Like I said before, I do not work on the year that I am living. I work behind because life is really busy for us in December. So the way that I do it is I take the pictures and I'm going to show you because I print them. I put them in sleeves based on the day, starting from like I said, December 1st all the way to December 31st. It could be 20 pictures in one day. I try to condense them as much as I can. And I put them per day in a sleeve. Usually I like this way. So I have them and it goes like in a little bag like this and with an album. And you're gonna see there's along the way I might complete some layouts. So you're gonna see that I have some layouts that are complete, but I don't put them in my album until I work it out. I usually end up with 2 big albums for December. It's always been like that. Like I said, a lot of things happen in December for us. Okay, so your December might be a little bit more quiet than mine. Mine just happens to be busy. So this is how I keep them. And they go, like I said, I have one for 2023 and I have one for 2024. And I have a little, So today I'm going to show you what I have here. So these are 2 different days. I have the 12th. This is my daughter and she creates a gingerbread every year. That's, she loves doing it. So I have, this is day 12 and this is day 13. There's a lot more pictures that I just wanted to keep. So I know that I want to tie these 2 stories together. So let me just get it out. I'm going to get out what I have here. Just need this. Oh, and I forgot to take a page protector. So I'm going to have to Yep. I'm gonna have to exit the live for one, no, not live, but I'm just gonna walk to the side to get a page protector, which is what I forgot to, and it's just on the right of me. So give me 1 second. I'm just moving the album out of the way. I'm just gonna go get it. And I hope you guys can hear me because I'm like I said, I have my workstation happens to be one of the perks of living in an apartment is that everything is at hand. And I happen to have like a big workstation next to my dining room table where I work from. This is a 4x4. I'm just looking for a 3x4 by 3x4. And I have quite a bit. This is 4x4. This is a 3x4. I keep all my page protectors here. And my album is from, there we go, 3x4. So I need a single one. Yeah, so I have everything that I need. I have my everything, my glue and everything. Let me just get some foam adhesive, even though I don't think I'm gonna need it. But just in case. Okay. I have my glue, I have everything. Let me get some liquid glue and a little bit of tape. Okay. I have everything that I need. You're gonna see me just do a little bit of moving around. Just want to move in a bit. So this is pretty much my idea. This is the back. I'm gonna stretch it here on my tape. So like I said, this is gonna be one day. This is the story for one day. I already know my pictures are going to sit here somehow. This is one day, and this is the other day. So I need to tie 2 days together. And I thought the kit was a great idea, especially because I can pivot on this house. And this is just like the sunset from the back of my apartment and just things that happen. So I know that I can tie these together using the kit. I wish that I would have made the picture smaller to fit here, but of course, didn't think about it and already printed them ahead of time. So I am going to actually use this to create my number. I'm going to use this to house my pictures. And I probably just create something for this. I want to create a transparency for this, which is what we're going to start with. So you have this, move it to the side. And I've done a little bit of work ahead of schedule just because it does take a little bit to dry. So don't mind the back, okay? In case, I don't think Kimberly's here, but in case you have missed it, this is the Plaid Builder Layering Stencil. And it's available, everything that I'm using is available at the shop. And this one comes, I think it's like 7 or 6 stencils. So I'm just going to ask because I've already work on this, so I had to clean it and everything. I think it's 6 stencils and they're big. So in case you're looking at something that you can use to create your backgrounds or anything, this is actually a very good stencil. And like I said, Kimberly actually created a live session and showing you how you can use it. It is not a tricky stencil, actually, it's pretty easy to work. The only thing, and I'm going to show you what you have to be careful with, this is a little bit of water because I already washed it. I'm trying to dry it along the way. I'm trying to line it up so you see it. 3, 2, 3. I already used 4, 5, 6. So I already used all of this. So there's little notches. So that makes it super easy to line up. So I've worked one with white, the way that I put it here. So number 1, I used the color kit. So this is part of the color kit is the Nouveau Mousse. And I think the color is Snowstorm. So I used it. And you're going to see it's super see-through, but it has a little bit of a shine. You can see it. Okay, so this is number 1. I got my first one. Then I get this one. Then I went with number 2. And I'm going to show you how I applied it. So don't worry. Number 2 is right there. Again, I just use white. Then number 3, I still kept it white. Sorry, I went with red. So I mixed a little bit of the Trusted Red Flat Magical Powder from Lindsay Gang with a little bit of this to create my red, kind of pinkish. Then I added a little bit of extra white to that to create my number 4, the stripes at the top. Then I went to wash my brush and I mixed the mousse with a little bit of the star. This is from the October kit, the Starburst spray, and this one is, what's the name of this? Shabby Turbine Teal. But I added also a little bit of the shaker from the September kit. And this one here is Portrait Blazer Blue because I didn't want something that was too greenish. And the reason for that is because if you look at my picture, there's quite a bit of blue from the sky. So I wanted to bring some of that blue, not just more of a teal look to this. So I set that aside. And the last one that I'm going to add, I am actually going to show you now how I did it. So let me just get it in place. Like I said, this is how I set up my stencil. Make sure to line it up to the edges of my, I am using acetate. I'm going to show you what acetate I'm using. Just because, like I said, I am creating a transparency for my project. And that's why you see the paper on the back. So I am using, in case you're wondering, I am using Duralar. This is the 0.005 clear film. I also have another one, but I have this handy, so I'm going to use this. I am actually, one of the things you want to do when you have like stripes like this is you want to use some washi tape or post-it notes or mint tape, whatever you have handy to keep it in place. And you want to add your washi tape. I'm holding it to my acetate just because you might want to add it a little bit. Like if you're doing something to the lines here. I am not going to, but if like, they move or something, you can add it like to hold the stripes in place and then like carefully take it out. I am not gonna add it because I'm gonna be careful. So like I said, I've already used the Trusted Red process. And the other color that comes in this month's kit is this one, is the Golden Slate Bells, which is the one that I'm gonna use right now to mix it with this, and I didn't bring my palette. I knew that I forgot something. Yeah, the beauty of an apartment. So I have my palette knife and I have just a piece of acetate that I have handy. So you don't gonna need much. And what you're going to need to apply this, what I am using in this case are brushes. And you do want a soft brush. And the reason you want a soft brush, if you do it on paper, you can go ahead with like foam applicators. You can use a sponge, like a makeup sponge. But if you're doing it on acetate, which is what I'm doing, you want to get something that's super soft to start with. So like a brush like this works, or like a pouncer, just because when you are rubbing, you are going to pick up some of the stuff at the bottom, and you have to make sure that the bottom layer dries before you go with the next one. So that's what I said. I had to work a little bit in advance for this. So I'm going to take, you're going to see that it takes not that much, it takes very little. You don't need much. That's even too much. Okay. Of the mousse in this case. I'm gonna move this to the side for a little bit, put it on top. And we're gonna add a little bit of the gold powder. Just a little bit. It depends how red or like, sorry, how goldish you wanna do it. I haven't even opened it. So we're gonna go with just a little bit. And I'm hoping it does a little bit of extra shimmer. And a little bit's gonna go a long way. That's something I've learned. I don't know if you can see it, but it's folding there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna mix it up. You might need like a little bit of water. But for now, I think we're just gonna be okay like that. So you're gonna see how I'm mixing it. You see the color kind of pop a little bit. You just gotta make sure that you mix it really well. That's the only thing if you want it to be, because remember the powder has like a combination of different micas. So it might be some red to give the gold a little bit of an orange tone. It might be some blue in the powder besides the mica. So you want to make sure that to prevent the streaks, that you mix it really well. It just knead it a little bit. See, there's stripes of red, there's a stripes of yellow, and I see the shine coming through. See, I gather all of this. There we go. I don't want it too deep. So I'm gonna close my powder. I don't want it darker than that. And put it away. And I'm gonna take my soft brush, dip it here, and I'm gonna go in a circular motion. Okay. And it's not gonna be a super heavy application, but because of the consistency of the mousse and also the what it does, it leaves it like a sheet, and you're gonna see how the line moves a little bit. This is what I say. You might wanna actually apply a little bit of washi tape to keep it like, from moving that much, and use your finger. It's just when it comes to these little lines, that's when you have to be careful because it does move. So just you have to go careful. If you wanna make it like, if you wanna use you can use also like texture paste to make it like pop a little bit more. I don't want something like that. I just want like kind of a soft looking plaid on the background because this is going to be, I am creating, think of it as creating like my divider for the two stories, and I wanted to be able to see through them. Like I said, I am tying two stories together by using the acetate. So you're gonna see that I'm going super soft. I'm gonna slightly lift it so you see it. Especially because these lines, like the thin line here, is gonna move a little bit. So just gotta be careful with that. And the best thing is just add a little bit to the bottom. I'm using my nail to hold it in place. And this actually is gonna happen most when you're working, in my case, with the acetate, because the acetate is not like a rough surface. It has a kind of makes things light a bit extra. So that's why you have to be careful if you're using acetate, even if you're using paper, because of like the delicate lines, it is going to shift a little bit. So just kind of apply a little bit of pressure to start with, and just try to keep it together with your finger. And just give yourself grace. I am giving myself grace, even though, trust me, the OCD in me is going, oh, the line is going to move. Guys, like, there's no better way that you can, like, customize your own plaid. You can go ahead and buy the acetate paper. It's gonna cost you a lot more. And you're only gonna have a little piece, and then you're gonna trim it off, and then you're gonna, like, if you're like me, you're like, hoping and praying that you can find a second or third one that looks the same, and you hoping and praying you don't make a mistake. So having, like in this case, the color kit to be able to customize your stencil, to customize like your acetate, you can do this on vellum. Try to get the vellum that is thicker, not the thin one. You can do it on vellum. You can do it on paper. You can do it on cardstock. It works on a lot of surfaces. Okay, so like I said, it's completely up to you whether you like, whether you want to create this or not. I like the idea. I don't know if it's like, when it comes to Christmas, and you're gonna see my album, I have a lot of acetate, I have a lot of vellum. There's something nice about adding like some, sparkle and shine to my December album. It's always very sparkly, it's always very thick, because I do, even though I don't add as much dimension in the way of like chipboard and stuff like that, it does get thick because I don't add that much foam adhesive, but it does get thick. You're gonna see. I just kind of slowly lift it so you see. Okay, like I said, I'm giving myself grace because I don't want to, cry about it. So there you go. It's my little stuff here. You won't see it. I'm gonna peel off the backing and you can see the lights too. But what I'm going to do is take 2 seconds to just dump this into water in my sink. So give me 1 second. Sorry about that, but I had to leave it in the water. Otherwise, it's going to dry up and I'm not a fan of that. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna set this aside to dry. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. It's faint. There's a little bit of a sheet. I'm gonna take out the backing so you guys can see it better. Okay. So you see it is like you see the plaid. And because I'm using the acetate, you can see the lines of the brush. So it's kind of a little bit on the rustic side, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so you see it. You may even see my camera in there. But I can see the two sides, and I actually like it. So I'm gonna set it aside to dry. It doesn't take too long to dry. I've tried this already a few times. It doesn't. Just you have to be careful. So we have part. Let me clean this part, and let's keep building on this. So my idea. Okay. I know that this is gonna sit on this. You see, I picked up the colors. There's a lot of blue and yellow and red, and my trees on the back. So I picked up some of the colors from here to put here. So I know that this is going to sit here. And that means that you're going to be able to see to the back of this. Okay. But you see what my page is going for. Now, like I said, because I printed my pictures already way in advance, I did not size them to my Instax sizing that I have here. Let me put this back again. So I need to worry about covering this. And usually when I create my projects for a December album or like my gratitude journal, which happens to be in October, I like to label the date. So one thing that I have handy here is I have a card that I know is going to house this pictures here. So I'm just going to trim it. Where's my little, here it is. I'm just looking for my small guillotine. I used the other piece of this card for the previous project and just cleaning up the edges. Here we go. Let me just move this other one. I have a little garbage here. So my pictures are gonna sit right in the center there. This is one of the cards that comes in the Project Life kit. So my picture just sits right on the center. So I know that it's going to sit here. I need to work on the card that's going to be here, and I need to fill this up. Now, how I'm gonna fill this up, I don't wanna add like a lot to this because I know that it's going to get like, not busy, but I do wanna cover this with paper. This is where it's gonna, my number is gonna go. So I am going to just go through some of the papers. I have them here. Let me just move some stuff around. I have the pattern papers here, and I also have my project. So I was thinking something that is going to pick up on this kind of bluish tone that I have at the front. I was hoping to find one that had like houses, but I couldn't find anything. I do like this because it has like kind of that gingerbread look, you know. So I'm thinking that this would be a good paper for this. I also love into. I'm gonna move it out of my little bag in the project life kit. There was another paper that I liked, and I was like, is this one here? This was the one is something that was gonna pick up all the colors. Is this one here? But the more I looked at it, I like this one here. So I'm gonna trim this to create the background for my page. So all I'm going to do is I'm literally going to cut 4 squares or rectangles in this case to fill the back of my pocket here. Nothing is glued. So the size of my Instax pocket is 3 3/8 in height and 2 1/8 in width. So that means that I need 2 1/8 and 2 1/8, 4.5, 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by What am I saying? 3 and 3/8. 3, 6. This way. 4 1/4 plus. So 3 and 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So 6, 7. Sorry if the camera moved a bit. What? Let me see. 3 and 3/8. That's 2. 6, 8. 3/4. So it's 6 and 3/4. Approximately. So I'm gonna make it 7 just to be safe. Whatever I have here, I'm gonna cut. Okay. Here we go. I have my pieces here, and I'm gonna use my guillotine for the next part because I trust them more than the this. I don't know if you guys have that issue. I have a major issue with like that I prefer a guillotine much better. 3 and 3/8 is the height of my pocket. And then I have 2 and 1/8 is the width. 1, 2 and 1/8 for the other one. So I'm gonna make sure that I keep it in order. So when I put them like, back into my sleeve, in this case, they create the same formation. 1, 2, and I'm okay with like having nothing on it. Like, doesn't necessarily all of my pockets have to have pictures or something. I'm okay with giving my album some breathing space. That's the way I call it. Because it does require some, just because you have, in my case, a lot of pictures. So giving like a few extra pages in between and stuff like that, it does help just to give it a break, even for the person that's reading, not going, oh my God, this album is overwhelming me. I enjoy that. I find that I've seen some albums and like, everybody's different, but I find that when there's like, no breaks, like no breathing space, no like, like some negative space, in this case, like empty spaces, it just becomes very, what is the word I'm trying to find? It's not claustrophobic, but it just becomes very messy and like very cluttered. So personal choice. Even though, like I said, I take a lot of pictures and I put a lot of pictures in my album, I do like a lot of negative space on my album. So you're gonna see. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. Because I do have those type of pages in my album. So you're gonna see I'm a fan of a lot of transparency for my album. You see, like I have a large picture, have a lot of negative space. Like I try to give a lot of negative space so the picture, like, that's an see like this, like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pictures. So one of the reasons why I print with like a white background is because it gives it a little bit of a break. But you're gonna see that I have a lot of places where there's like just negative space so it doesn't overwhelm the other page. So like this for me is a lot like busy, but you're gonna see I try to leave space, like pages that are blank, just to help me with, my projects, just to give it some breathing space. So having like, this like paper in the back, just kind of creating the background is okay for me. That is fine for me. So I'm just going to, I know my picture is going to be here, whether I put it here or here is a matter of, I want to put it on this side, on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my picture to this. They just happen to be like, size for the cars. I didn't print them I haven't printed them already from like maybe last year or the year even before that. Like I said, I print the pictures as I go, but I don't work on the pages on this year. So 2024 we might be done next year, if not on 2025, and I'm okay with that. What I do is I take the picture, and using my app, I have I upload everything to Google, no plugging, not plugging the program or anything. I use the notes there to add, like, a note on what happened. So when I'm down to like, and then I keep a journal. So I keep like, I write everything down. So when I put, things together, I bring my journal and I know what happened. Plus there's a note on my picture, so I know what is going on. So it's easy for me to go back, and then I have the pictures, and then the beauty about my app is that I also get like, Google, I use Google, that I get pictures from my family and stuff like that, and I'm able to like, put the stories together for that day. So you're gonna see, I have my page. I think this is dry already. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the backing for now, but I'm gonna peel this off. You're gonna see, this is gonna be the another page. Remember, this one is going to be the in between, so this is going to peel. I just don't know if I want to keep it in this color here to match, or do I want to go with something like, I think I want to stay with the green, just another green, like a teal, just to break, like, the color of this. So this is going to be here. Here is where my gingerbread house is going to go. Because you see how I'm building my pages? And I am not going to add pattern paper behind this because I don't want to hide all of this that I created. What I do want to do with this is trim it to size. So before I I'm going to build my pages and then we go into embellishing. But so you see how I'm working on my stuff. Now we're going to use my rotary cutter once again. Now that I want to trim it right at the edge here. And I need around 7 inches. My album, the page is 7 inches by 8.5, 7 in width and 8.5 in height. I think that I have more than enough here. Because the stencil creates, I think, around an 8 by 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, an 8 by 8 that it creates. I'm going to actually go and trim right at the edge here. And I'm okay if it's smaller. It does not bug me to have different sizes, different configurations within my album. It's never bugged me. I find that very actually, it makes it more attractive. It might not be, again, this is my personal choice. It might not be yours. I don't mind having different sizes, different formats into my album. So now that I trimmed it, I'm going to make sure that I cut right at the edge of the paper here. So that's not the paper, the acetate. I want to trim it right at the edge here. I'm going to use my cutter, which is cooperating right now. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Okay. Not destroy my paper yet. So yay. So you see this around 8-ish, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. So I have my base here. And if I want to, and I have done it before for other projects, I do tend to leave the it's like a piece of like what do you call this? Like trace paper. I have left it in some projects, but for today I am going to take it out. Completely up to you. And the reason why I'm like, this is the OCD that I have is not bugging me that it's not nice and like neatly stenciled. It's because it is going to be part hidden with the picture. Okay, otherwise I'll be like freaking out too. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim my 7 inches so that I have this clear line on the side because I can add my perforation to this. So I'm going to take advantage of my guillotine. Actually, I need let me see. Because I need to mark 7. Oh, what am I doing? I just need my ruler. Do this. So I'm going to take this. 7 inches is right on this kind of that greenish line right there. Bluish, green, whatever. I'm going to line this up here. Ish. And I'm going to save this. I don't know if it'll come in handy, but for now, we're going to save it. So I have my back, my page. I'm going to create the perforation. I have what do you call it? Templates for all my albums. I use a lot of 6x8 albums. It's my mode of documenting my everyday with pictures or like notebooks. That's So line it up. Keep it in place. I'm going to make sure that it's nice and straight. There we go. And let's go punch my one. Here we go. Let me just put this away. So I have my template. I'm just going to take out, like I said, if you want to, you can keep the backing, but I don't need it for today's project. I don't need it. Let me see the cuts here. So there we go. So you see through it. But you have like, literally you created your own specialty paper with the stencil, the Nubo paste, the colors, and just you are going to need a soft brush. If you're using the acetate, you can use a palette to make a thicker application, and then you won't see the brush strokes like you see on this one. So it's completely up to you the look you're going for. But this is where my picture is going to sit. So just so you see what I'm working with. Yeah. So I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to tie 2 days together. So this is day 12. You're gonna have this. Okay. This is going to come in here. I think you can see, and now I need to work on day 13. And I have the base. I'm gonna cover the base. I already know that I'm gonna cover this. Which is gonna be here, and this picture is going to go right there. Okay. So you see what I'm going for? And the reason that I have the blue and the pink and it's because I'm picking up the colors here. So just so you see it, you might not see it, might be better this way. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like this here. Like I said, we're going to build the pages before we embellish. Okay, so we're gonna set this to the side. Just trying to decide on here. Okay, so we need a card that goes up here. And I do love the project, you know, the project life cards. They actually come in handy. Let's see. I'll add the lines of journal after I type them on my computer and print them on clear label paper. Then I just trim them to size. I'm just trying to find something that will go there nicely. Now I want to take advantage of the green, maybe bring another color. So I'm just kind of, do you guys cut your cards like when you get them? I'm just curiosity. Do you like go ahead and cut your cards, or you just keep them like all together and then you cut them as you wish, or like do you cut them all and then you have them handy? I am of keeping them as they come, and then as I need, I'll go trim them up, just because I don't know if I'm going to use which card I'm going to use, and I want to use one. I don't want to use, or maybe I use two, I don't know. So like I said, we're gonna put our number here. I think I want to add my story here. I'm just trying to find one that will give me that choice. I kind of like this, but I think it needs something that is going to bring some of that, not the red, but something more. Even if I want to add this there, I can add the good cheer too. This is the card that it has me like stumped a bit. So I'm just trying to see. I think I want to go with the green. Okay, let's. I still can fix it. Yeah, I can still do this. I can go like that and then just have this kind of pop. Okay, let's trim this one up. See, this is what happens. You know what? We're gonna trim this one up. So let's go ahead. We're gonna need two. So I already know that I need to trim two of them here from here. I want something that is going to help me put my lines with journal on one side, and then something that is going to help me create my title or like a sentiment card on the other side. Clean up the edges a bit. See? I think I like that. Or I can move it like this. Let me see. No, I like it like this. Yeah, so you see what I'm going for? Flip it to the other side. This is where this is gonna come in here. I need to cover this. I'm not gonna add journaling that's gonna go on the other side. So I need something, just to cover that. I'm thinking the ho will be nice. But I want something that has maybe this, just so they bring the lines. So I'm trying to find something that has that idea of the lines to put it there. So I might actually use this because it has the same tones. I'm actually going to trim this. How big is this? 3 by 8. This is 3 by 6. So let's trim this. 4 inches here. It's going to be here because it brings that together. Just a matter of whether I want this side or this side. I haven't decided yet, but you see what I'm going for? So we're going to need to create a title or something here. Then we're going to need, something that embellishes this too. I don't want to, I don't know, maybe I'm going to add a little piece of paper, just kind of frame it a little bit further, but just like super simple. Let me see if I do that right now. Like the back of this though, is where this is going to sit. So I do think that I want to add a paper here. And I'm going to tell you why. Because then when I add my Landscape journal to the back, there is a place to put it in. Okay. So let's work on this. Like I said, this is pretty much how I work when I start creating, like, my page. So let's find a paper that is going to tie all of that together. And for that, I'm going to go into the cardstock. What color do I want to bring some of that? Maybe some of that pink. Put it on this side. Just remember, when I put it at the back, I'm going to go with this. This is the blush paper. So literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of paper that frames this. My photo, I think, is 4. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 3/4. So I'm going to make it 5 and change. Let me just print from here. I'm going to cut a 4 1/4. Yes, here we go. The picture. 4 1/4. Make sure that it's nice and clean, the cut. So I'm going to clean this. Like I said, I just want to create like a soft frame for this. 6 1/4. Save the little piece. Here we go. Let's go ahead and glue it in place. And I want to make sure like the side that is like solid, it goes to the back of the picture. Just remember that is going to sit here. When you flip it, this is where you're going to see here. Okay, remember, this is going to sit here. My picture is going to go there. I'm going to put my lines or journal up here. I am going to add something to this to pop. My title most likely go here. Lines or journal, I probably add like a little card. That's what I'm saving pieces. And then we're going to work on the paper that goes back here. So for that, we're going to go back into the pattern papers. And I think I want to go back into this paper, the one that I used here, just to bring it all together. So you see what it's going to look like on, like, I'm going to stick this in here for now, just so it helps with the final look of what, like, this is all going to look all together. So remember, this one is where we started. This is my little insert. Here is where I have my picture going to sit like that. This is going to sit here. So because you'll be able to pick through that, I think I want to bring the rest of this here. Or something that is a little bit more on the solid side. So maybe I'll go with the craft. Let me see what else I have. I just think I need to go like simple. Just looking at the pattern papers right now. Go with this blue. Yeah, I don't mind that. Because this blue, I'm picking up the pink and the from here. I kind of like that. So I'm going to trim it from here. Take this out. And this paper here is Winter Wonderland. I'm going to trim a 7 by 8.5. So, see here. Then I need to punch my holes. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing perfect on time. Just gonna use the color to tie these two together. Yeah. Wait. Okay, so we have this. But you're gonna sit there, you don't see anything. It's cover everything, it's gonna be covered there. So here we go. This one is gonna be here. Let's glue this in place. Okay, so I have my pages semi-built. So we're going to set this in place. Now here's where you gotta be like a little bit careful. Because remember, wherever you put here is gonna show on the back of your layout. So I'm gonna show you two things that I'm going to do. First thing, I know that my picture is going to sit right here. So to prevent this from moving, I'm actually going to staple it. I'm gonna help myself with that. I'm gonna move it a little bit higher. That looks like center. I'm gonna use the grid on the back of my table here for this. It helps me a bit. A little bit higher. There we go. So that's center-ish. Okay. I'm gonna help myself with a little bit of tape. This is most likely going to sit right around there. So I'm gonna pray and hope that this fits all the way. It doesn't, please. Okay. So you're gonna see what I did. I stapled the paper. The picture is gonna cover that, and the picture is gonna cover this. This is not going to move. So I'm going, now that I know where it sits, I'm gonna come in with a little bit of extra tape right there. So I have this. Now I need to bring some of this blue here to tie to this. I'm going to use the same paper. And this one has a lot of blue. So I'm gonna go with this. Think of it as the continuation of that. I'm thinking, do I want to trim it like I'm actually going to trim, now that I'm looking at it, something like, you're gonna see. I'm gonna trim like a strip that is this wide so that it sits right on the center. It gives me space to put my lines to journal, and it actually brings the blue from this side and it ties the two sides together. So I'm just trying to see how much do I need. So I'm gonna need around, I'm trying not to get the tree, that's the thing. Let me get around here to, I'm gonna get a pencil. So I'm gonna say around here and here. Yeah. And if I have something, I'll cover after, no big deal. Take, I'll tell you how big it is in one thing. So around 5 3/4-ish. Flip it, and this is 3 3/4, 3 5/8 or ish, whatever. Something close enough. There we go. Okay, so move this. So wait. Now my pages are built. Okay. Saving all the pieces that I have. This is gonna cover this here. The back of this. I have to repunch my holes for some reason. That's okay. Yeah. See, this is going to sit right here with my picture. Gives me space for my lines of journal. Something is gonna go here. I already have pieces for this, so don't worry. That's why I need extra space too. So let's just glue this in place. Here's where I can use glue. I said my lines of journal are gonna come after. I'm gonna type them and attach them. Great. I think it's centered. There we go. Let's glue this in. I'm not gonna glue this in place yet. I don't need this piece of paper. This is the one that I created last time with the kids anyways. I'm gonna put this back into my album. And it's chunky. It is a chunky album. Okay. And with the back, we have the other page. Let me see. Do you still see some of it? It's not overwhelming. There's some breathing space. Then we have the other page that goes here. And then we have the one that goes above it. No. So now we can start deciding which side. I want to keep the blue here because it goes with the blue, and then this goes with the plaid here. And I want to keep this color here, the pink, because it goes with the color over here. The only thing is I'm wondering is if I want to, I'm actually going to flip this to the other side. Remember, lines of journal are going to be here. I'm going to play with this for you. I think I want to go with this. No, no red. The green, but I want to go to the soft side. Remember, journaling is going to be here. There we go. Okay. So we have one day. This is day 12 with this. This is day 13. Okay. We're about 12 right now. So like I said, breathing space, lines of journal, but we're going to work on this right now. So it's now time to start embellishing my layout, if that what you want to call it. I'm going to try to clean this as much as I can. So let's bring, I have some embellishments here. You don't see them, I'm going to pull them into the camera in 2 seconds. Move the stuff. So what I things that I need here is I'm gonna take advantage of this set. This is part of the October kit and the November kit. This was in the October kit, which was the Village Metal Dyson. You can find this in October. And the November kit actually had the gingerbread houses decorations. So you have the stamp that coordinates with this to create your project. I've gone ahead and actually created a few of them. So you're gonna see that I have some pink, some what do you call it? I cut this from the cardstock. So I cut from the craft material. I have the collection. I cut some from the blush. This is from the blush. This one here I cut from the craft looking paper from the kit. It's actually called gingerbread. I cut some of these houses from the gingerbread. And I cut the other one, I put it here, from ice. So you're gonna see that happen here. Yeah, those are the colors that I have pretty much playing with throughout my layout, my pages, not my layout, my pages. So now, and I've cut also a few of them just out of white cardstock to help me create dimension without a lot of bulk. So I'm gonna show you how easy you can actually emboss this. So one of the things that I did is my, and this one, it kind of like, I don't know, picked up some of the green ink that I had on the table. But I'm going to actually emboss them right now. Very easy. I have this. And I'm going with white for the gingerbread, because it's just like traditional. And I'm going with gold for the other ones. I tried white, because I did try white for the other ones, but it was super light. It gets missed. I don't know if you can see it. Because I'm using like glittery one. So I thought that a better idea to go for gold for the houses that I cut out of color cardstock and white for the ones that I cut out of the gingerbread cardstock. Sorry, I just took a drink of water. I'm going to some anti-static powder. I'm going to keep this handy. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do too. I have some powders here in my ink. Let me find the stamp set. It's this one here. Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and just add some of my ink. And I'm using VersaFine just because it was the smaller container that I have handy. The smaller ink pad, sorry, not container, ink pad. So right now I'm praying that I'm nice and straight. And so one, and I'm gonna take it out. And now for the other one, I'm gonna do a 2 for 1, so. So it's there. Let me just clean it up quickly. Okay, my embossing powders. And you can go with different colors. Like I said, I just wanted something that was gonna be shiny for this. So white for my gingerbread. Where did I put the little papers at? Okay. And you're gonna see all the glitter come to my table again. Go with the white for this. Go for the gold for the other one. And I'm using sparkling snow for this one. And I think I have pencil gold. Is that the name? Gold pencil, pretty much, for this one. Like I said, I'm not gonna put it away apart because we're gonna need it for something else. There's a lot of glitter. Carefully take some. Out of the way. Get out of the way. I have little clips. I won't burn my fingers because I did in the morning when I was doing this. I'm gonna hit it with my gun. It's the one, the gold one. Be careful that I don't lean it with my fingers the embossing powder. There we go. Okay, you see. So I have my two houses here. Okay, and I set them for now there. Since I have my embossing powder here, what I did too outside of the camera is I use pretty much the same color cardstock to create some of the leaves, just the leaves. And from the metal dies, this is the winter floral set. So I just got like some of the leaves and some of these little stems. And what I'm going to do is two different things. So your color kit is gonna come in handy right now. So to this little pine, what do you call them? Pine branches. I'm going to dip the edges into my ink here. Just of this one, just on the branches here. Just at the tips of it. And I'm gonna get the white snow one. Back into, set this to the side. You don't have to add the anti-sticky powder because you want it to look like there's like frosted leaves. So no need for the anti-static powder on this. And you don't want like a perfect, I don't want to like the entire leaf to have that look. I just want the tips of it, or the edges of the leaves to have that look. So there's one, two, see that they all have it. Then take this out of the way. We don't need this anymore. Burn my fingers. So you have like kind of snowy branches now. Okay. Now, for the little ones that have the berries here, the color kit comes with, this is the Nouveau kind of pearls. It's the jewel drops. I think I created a hole already, but I might not. Hopefully they dry until we're finished. Forgot to do this. Let me get it closer for you to see. Yeah. Covering this. You can emboss them too. Just gotta be careful of how you like, if you use a brush, you can probably do it. But I like the fact that, actually gonna get some red and there's gonna be a little bit of dimension. And this is going to dry clear with color, so kind of brings some of the idea of the transparency onto these berries. That's what I thought it would be a great choice for this. So there we go. This, you might not see this go in the album. I'll show you because it might take a little longer to dry. Just close this up. And I'm gonna set that to the side to dry. Yeah, so here we go. And let's just clean everything out of the way, so we can get into embellishing and getting everything ready. Just gonna move this. So you see it. Yeah. This is the other one. Okay. So cute. Clean up the desk again. So here we go. We're gonna take advantage of this center here to add the number for the day. So I think I want one of these little houses. I don't know if I want to have other colors next to it, or do I want to go with the pink? See, it doesn't pop. I need something that is going to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to have with this here. I have the bigger one right there. Or I could go like this too. But I think I want something right on the center. Okay. So here's where we're going to just get one, like a big one here. Maybe a little one next to it. And have another one. So this one is going to sit on the right here. This one's going to go a little bit to the back. Yeah, I like that. So the only thing is, if you look at these houses, you see the holes. I'm actually going to bring vellum to cover the back of it. So I just have like some vellum. I don't want, because I'm using them this way, I don't want it to look like it. I want something that gives you like the idea of a frosted window. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I brought the glue because I knew it. I'm just gonna back them with vellum to give me the idea of the windows. So it doesn't have to be like perfect backing, just enough to give you those windows that I'm looking for. Here we go, one. I'm making sure that the glue goes right behind the perforation of the windows, which is where I want to cover. Okay, so I have one more. So whatever pieces of leftover what is it called? Vellum works for this. Because I'm not die cutting it, I'm just creating the illusion of the windows. Okay, trim the excess. that this one I'm gonna cut. Okay, it doesn't have to be like, you don't need like a perfect piece of vellum, just little pieces, scraps really, for this. So here we go. One, because the chimney is to the right, this is gonna be here. I wanna make sure that when I glue them, this one is gonna need some reinforcement to the back. So I have some, just trying to find the one that has it. Here we go. So I have one extra one. I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker so it kind of pops from the background. So for now, I'm just putting things in place and then we'll come back and add like more jewelry and finishing everything up. Okay. And here's where we're gonna decide where we're gonna put them. I can go right in the center right here, which I think I'm liking this. Yeah. I even like the fact that it kind of has the same color. I like them there. So I think I'm gonna put them right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue them. Some tape. But like right at the top edge of this. This one's gonna be a little bit lower. Let's go with this one on the side, on the right. You have my little village of gingerbread ready there. And then I just need to find something to go, like a little title or something here. Like I said, my number can go there. Let's keep building this up. Let me just find what's gonna go there. Since we're already in there. So I'm gonna bring my embellishments up here. We have numbers. Okay, this is day number 12. See how big the 12 is. Actually, the 12 works fine in this. Okay, so when you fill it out, there you go. Yeah, I want it right there. I can go right here too. So let's just like lightly put it in. I think I need something underneath to make it pop. So we're gonna go quickly through here. These are the cardstock stickers from the main kit. Is it looking at? No. I'm just going to look in here. Circle, I need a circle. There we go. See one of those? This square right here. This is from the Project Life kit. Gonna get this pink one. I wanted to create a little frame. I wanted the number to pop a little bit more, but I don't want it to be like in your face. So that's why I'm going with this pink one here. It's gonna get like, it's not gonna disappear into the gingerbread color, but it's going to, be careful to peel this up. Let's see, because it's see-through, it's vellum, so it should be okay to put it here. Just trying to line it up. Perfect. I want that to be right there, right at the edge. See, much better. It pops a little bit more. And a little sentiment. So cardstock stickers here. In the main kit, you have sticker book. No. See, there's a gingerbread house here too, but I'm gonna use this one over here. So I'm just gonna need a small sentiment. This one that says magical season. Nothing is glued yet, so I'm just putting things together. I like that there. So now we're going to we need something shiny. So let's go with the gold stickers here. Just because we have gold already going there. I don't have a little heart, but I have this. I need a little heart or a little star. There we go. Okay. Let's keep going. And that's all it's gonna take. Nothing else is gonna go there. So now here, like I said, lines of journal, we're gonna need something up here. That's when I'm going to look at the back of this. There is a gingerbread house, but it looks, I think I want something with a little bit of extra color. So I'm gonna go into the chipboard stickers because I think it's a little bit too big. It's too big. Moving the little circle. There we go. Yeah, so it's gonna look one that goes there. I don't want to overwhelm the house situation. So I like the joy, but I want something that's gonna bring that pink. So maybe, maybe this one. And I'm gonna put it on top of the pocket. So it's gonna be outside of the pocket. Okay. One stickers to go on top of that. Going to the pocket stickers. The things disappear on the table. Okay, here we go. Into the pocket stickers right here. Find something that has a little bit of this. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to bring houses. I'm bringing some of that paper into this, kind of brings all this, like all that look together. But I want something that has like pink to bring that up here, or red. I wish this house was, I think it's too much. If it was a little bit smaller, maybe this little heart. I'm just thinking it's something with color. So let's look at this bowl. Okay, we need a sentiment down here. We'll type that after. When I show you the pictures, when, tomorrow or Friday, you'll see I'll type the stuff here. So I'm just going to find a sentiment for the Holly happiness. That looks around right. I don't know if the stamp set had, oh yeah, the stamp set, you see? This stamp set comes in the embellishment kit. Need something down here. I'm just going to go holiday favorites. Take this out. Holiday favorites. I have my ink here. Black ink. Here, there we go. Wait. We need to add something here. Maybe there's when I add the little house. Okay. There we go. So we have the one page. Next page. Here, you want something that is going to be the gingerbread kind of thing. Keep going. So let's look for that. So that in the chipboard box here. I don't have a gingerbread one, do I? I could also have, let me see. I can go like, no, I want the big house. So let me see if I don't have a big one. And yeah, I do have one. This is from the ephemera pack. If I ever have another one here. Yeah. And have gingerbread people too. I think I might actually go with the gingerbread. Bear with me, I'm just trying to find what I'm gonna put there. Oh, there we go. There we go. The one that I'm looking for. Not overwhelming because I have like a lot of pictures, so I think that one is gonna sit there. And I need a sentiment underneath. So go with one of these stickers. So let's bring some of the pinkish tone. Yeah. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna put it, everything is gonna be outside of the, actually, let's put it, yeah, I'm gonna keep it outside of the pocket. Even higher. There. So remove it. I'm not adding any foam adhesive or anything behind it. Just straight onto the layout. Need a sentiment at the bottom. Put the cardstock sticker and the vellum sticker, sorry. Holiday happiness. Perfect. And I need something that brings me some of that gold. Mm. We're not gonna add anything here. Now let's work on this. You see how like once you have a basis, stroke along. It'd be too much to have like more houses. It'd be too much. You need a heart, or in this case, let me see if I can put one of this here. No, but it needs something. Either you need something down here. So let's see. Here. I want something that is not with color. So I want something that is, there's a lot of color going on. So I need to find something that's gonna match this. And I know there's some hearts here. You know what? I actually like this. Something a bit smaller. I would have pulled out. Yes. See, like a small frame would be a good idea. So we have here. Nope. Magical time. I like that there. Magical, actually. Back to the circles. I'm gonna put Joy here. Okay, a little heart right there. And then a little sentiment to the side of that. Peace and so much joy. There you go. That's all you're gonna need. Flip onto the next page. And slowly we're working here. Okay, here. Put this down. And here we're gonna bring these pieces into this. Put this in place. Finished. Remember, Lancer Journal are gonna sit down here. I don't want to hide all of this. So here we're gonna get our little branches because we got a break from the gingerbread. We're gonna use the background of that to create this. I don't want the pork can be hidden. Use this already dry. So I gotta be careful when I grab one. Yep. Here we go. Then we get something a little bit light. Remember how we had that little piece that we cut up from this here? So you, if you're like me, you save every single little piece. But it does come in handy. See how we had that background? So I think I want to cut like a flat banner from here. Let me just, I'm gonna use my scissors for this. Where did I put my, okay, we go. My guillotine. Just to bring some of the plaid that we have on the other side. Okay. I'm gonna put it right here. Maybe it's even smaller. Don't worry. For now, we just putting everything in place. So I like this here. Remember that magical time that I had a little flag banner? It's gonna sit here. So I need to trim this a little bit smaller. You're gonna half an inch or so. Okay. Cut this into a little flag banner. Cut this in half. This is important. Okay, remember, this is going to sit. I'm not cutting the extra. I'm cutting the excess right now. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, so to keep this all together, we're gonna stick it. So we're gonna get the three of them together. Remember, yeah, this is going to be back with another page that is already pre-made. So I'm gonna cover the back, so I'm okay with hiding this. Okay, three of them. Click on this. Okay, so it needs something here. It needs to be see-through. So remember, this is day 13. Let's see the 13 for this. Line. Together. So we need to bring the same look onto this side here. We have more. Same thing, we're gonna staple it. So just gotta be careful that it peaks a little bit, but doesn't like overwhelm the other side. Here we go. Let's go with this other one here. Again. Carefully, carefully, carefully lift it up. Staple it. Picture maybe? Yeah, very good. The picture. Here we go. What is this here? Move it. Okay, there we go. Staple. And then we need a sentiment there or this is from the cardstock sticker. No, sorry, from the ephemera. There's a little one that I like. It's I bought myself the box of chocolates. You know, then I find the sentiment that I saw before. I don't want to do too much because we're gonna overwhelm the top. So it's just a matter of finding that little sentiment. I saw it and I just I like this. This is from the journaling ephemera from the I like it there. I'm gonna go ahead and glue it. Make sure that you hide your staple, maybe even lower. And put it underneath here. Okay, remember this is going this way, this is gonna go this way. Okay, you need something else here. Remember we have the stars, we're gonna tie all of this together with stars here, with this gold stars from the puffy stickers. I have not this one, a different one. Let's go with this one here. This is gonna need something gold there too, so I'm just looking at what do we have here. And so I need a sentiment there. So feeling festive. Probably what is gonna go there. So it just needs I'm just trying to find something that is gonna fit there. Full one to cover the staple. Feeling festive is gonna go right after that. Now I actually trim some of it out. You're not gonna see it because it's going underneath. Okay. Okay, so I have an extra one. I'm just trying to see if I put it down here. Yeah, I like it down here. So I'm like literally just right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape here to hold it in place. Lines of journal will go here. This ties to this, kind of guides it down here. Gold stars, gold stars. You need something up here. So let me just, I need a little heart or something. Puffy stickers. Beautiful. And here we go. Let's put it into the album. Just we're finished. Day 13, we'll glue it to the back of day 12. Once we finish the live. Day 12. Let's see what it looks like in the album. A bit of glue here to keep it in place. And don't mind the front of it, but I'm going to show you. Okay. So you still see the back of it here. We're gonna add some stuff as we go. So I'm just looking at it, seeing what I need. So something here, 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 here. The biggest star that I can find here. Okay, one, actually higher. There we go. Nothing here, like I said, maybe a little star just to bring it all together. Color star. Let's go with something bluish. Okay, because we have the stars turning around. We have a star here, so we're going to go with a pink star down here. Maybe another little star next to it. So bring some of the yellow from the other side. Here, two, just like that. We need a little star here. Let's go with something red. Something green, actually. No, we have green. Let's go with yellow. Remember, we're tying it together with stars. Flip it. You have this one has to be glued a little bit more. Okay. We have the stars here. We don't need anything else. Here we go. So I'm going to show you one more time and then I'm going to say goodbye. So here we go. From the stamp and the die set. This is from the embellishment kit. And this is from the Project Life kit. The papers from the main kit. Project Life kit. And then just kind of tying it together with my stars. I created this with the plaid build, the plaid builder stencil and the mousse and some of the powders. The back of it, I have, this is my day 12 still, day 13 is on the back. I use the plastic florals to cut this and actually use some embossing powder just to create the frosting on it. I'm gonna add my lancet journal after and then just tie it up at the bottom with the same idea. So there you go. It's gonna add a little bit of glue here so it doesn't move. A little bit of tape. There we go. So there you go. I'm gonna flip the camera to see you because I've taken a lot of your time already. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. I think I'm gonna be posting this like in a day or two probably. Because right now it's dark already here when I can take pictures. But let's see. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a long day. Like I said, we're gonna tie two stories together with one single you know, with one single idea. And I hope you like it. As always, you can find all the stuff that I used today, all the products that I use in the description of the video. And that's going to lead you straight into the Hip Kid Club website, and everything is available right now. And thank you so much for joining me. And I think I'll see you next week and we'll continue working on this. Hopefully we get to finish it. So take care, guys. Bye. Ok. Hola, mamis. Bien, ¿cómo le fue a usted aquí?